You know, there are these reports that have just started coming out in the Daily Mail in the UK that claim there are sources. Now, you have to go back and remember when the Nord Stream pipelines were blown up. That's what I want to focus on for just a moment here. The Nord Stream pipelines coming from Russia to Northern Europe, right? Supplying a large amount of natural gas, liquefied natural gas, to power Germany and other places, right? And at the time, it looked awfully suspicious, like the only people that could pull this off would be the United States and their allies. Well, now there are reports coming off the Daily Mail and elsewhere that they have sources that say that's exactly what happened, that specialized divers placed explosives on the pipelines midsummer. And then a NATO plane then dropped a buoy on top of it. And when the time came, that buoy was able to send radio signals, if you will, to the explosives, to the C4 on the Nord Stream pipelines and do $500 million worth of damage to them. So isn't it interesting that this news is all coming out and suddenly it's, look, UFOs everywhere. It's always a distraction somewhere. Not to say that what we're seeing in the skies is not a concern. It seems that it should be. But when everybody's saying, look up, what's going on if we look down? Now, I told you, like I said, when the Nord Stream pipelines were attacked, the most likely candidate for that job was the United States. Again, it's another blatant declaration of war if it's true. No way to verify or know that the reports are accurate at this point, none at all, except to say that looks like the most plausible explanation to me. So if you take that to be true, let's say for the sake of argument, you believe that the United States was involved in some way, in any way, with the destruction of the Nord Stream pipelines, which sent natural gas from Russia to Europe, which put a lot of money in Russia's hands, and they'd be buying natural gas from Russia right now if they could, would Europe, because they're having an energy crisis. Luckily, they're having a mild winter, thank God for climate change and global warming, because otherwise they'd be getting crushed in Europe right now. It's not been a particularly cold winter, not devastating yet. But if you take the idea that America took out the Nord Stream pipelines, part one, you look at $100 billion of funds and cash and prizes dedicated to Ukraine, there's part two. And now the fact that we're going to put Abrams M1 tanks on the ground in Ukraine, not us driving them, allegedly. I don't think any one of us would be surprised to hear. In fact, I believe we probably have boots on the ground right now. Or they're just there to train people. Yeah, okay. That's the way it always starts. We're there to train people in Vietnam. We're there to train people when we go to war. We're there to train people in Iraq and Afghanistan. We go to war. Well, going to war right now would be a terrible idea. America does not want to go to war with Russia. And here's the other thing. A war with Russia on this side leaves us completely vulnerable on this side from the Chinese, as has been clearly indicated over the last 10 days. We do not appear to be prepared in any way to deal with the Chinese Communist Party and the Chinese People's Liberation Army.